All right. What is up, everybody?
What is
Right.
up? Happy New Year, Norbz. Nice to have you.
Nice
Let's
being here.
talk robots.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
First of all, we want to introduce, of course, our special guests. And Norbs, I'll let you take it away to kind of introduce yourself.
All right.
Here.
Am I ready?
Yes.
I am Diecast Norbz, Galactic Hooligan, coming over to you on YouTube. I'm actually on YouTube, Diecast Norbz Activate on YouTube. You can actually find me on Instagram and X under the same name. Also, you can also find me on Blue Sky. I just went over there just recently and everything. And on the Hooligans Hangout, you can actually come over on Facebook and hang out with us on the Transformers Hooligans Hangout and just bring all your stuff over there. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, us two here. So Jimmy G and of course Billy the Kid. We're excited. This is our third show. This is our first show of the new year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super happy to be here. Super happy to have you on, Norbz.
Thank you.
Pleasure getting to know you a little bit earlier. This should be a really fun start to the new year. Everybody that's watching live, hello, happy new year. Hope you had a great holiday season. I hope you guys all got the stuff you truly wanted. And if you didn't get it, I hope you bought it for yourself and it's on its way in the mail. So let's talk about 2024, which just wrapped up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I felt it was a pretty good year for us as collectors. We had a really wide range of offerings from Hasbro and third party.
Absolutely.
Things went really well for us, or at least for me. I had a great Transformers year. How about you guys?
I did too as well. I think, again, from Hasbro, of course, I do multiple stuff. I do action figures and things like that. So there's been some really good ones. I would say there's a handful of really stinkers that I got. There was a lot of really good news that came out, some surprising news and some shocking news and stuff like that. But this has been the year for me. What's up, Ultra Megatronus? How you
Ultra
doing, buddy?
Megatronus.
Yeah. But it's been, for me, this is my first full year on YouTube. And so it's been a lot of growing moments. And my whole goal was to network and getting to network with you, Billy, also with Diecast, and as well as a bunch of other people and things like that too, as well, making this great community. I mean, just for me, 2024 was finding this community and just having a great time with it. So what about you? Yeah.
I was say one of my favorite things of 2024 was actually watching your channel grow. I liked you in the beginning and, cool dude, and just seeing you progress and the followers and the subs and it all falling into place. It's just one of those things that I really liked a lot about last year. And when, Timmy was like, hey, let's do this show, I was like, man, I couldn't think of anybody better than Jimmy G.
So, that's awesome.
I'm really happy you had a great 2024, man.
Awesome. How about you, Diecast?
Well, I actually have to say that this year of 2024 was actually absolutely spectacular as far as the collector and everything. We got the full range of Insecticons. We got this beautiful bastard right over here, Optimus Prime, in full effect. I love that. Plus, the surprise to me was that, and we're going to be talking about these guys a little bit later on, I hope, but the surprise to me was Straxus over here. This guy just came right out of the comic books. He's amazing, and I'm just really loving everything that's actually been done so far. I am kind of concerned with what's up with the future of Hasbro. So
yes,
talk about that soon.
We will talk about that.
Yeah, so maybe we'll hit that up later because I'm very concerned with the future of Hasbro.
Yeah. So what we'll do, just kind of today's just kind of agenda. It's kind of a loose agenda, and please, if y'all have questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. I will be monitoring the chat. Billy will be answering all the questions. Hey,
I can't see anything in the chat. I cannot see the chat, period. So I'm sorry, guys. If anybody's saying hello, but I cannot see the chat at all.
We're actually using a new platform called Restream. And so far it's been kind of fun. All this learning process, our third show, we're learning all sorts of new stuff. We wanted to rebrand it. As you all know, we don't have the generic branding, so we're trying to get our brand out there for Transformers Underground. If you're not a part of the Transformers Underground chat, definitely be a part of that community.
Absolutely, man. It's such a good community. I've made some new friends there, which is always a plus. And I've noticed that there's really no negative comments. Like nobody comes in and turds on people's thoughts. Like people actually contribute, and it's really nice.
Isn't that nice though? Like I actually found that on the Transformers Hooligans Hangout, no negativity whatsoever. Even on my channel, whenever anybody's commenting, there's nothing as far as negativity, and I'm actually really surprised.
Yeah.
Of like all the other there are like a lot of there are a lot of reviewers that actually get like all the negative issue there and everything like that. I'm actually like, what? Nothing? And I keep on scrolling, keep on trying to find something to fight about, but nothing.
No, nothing. It's wonderful. Yeah. It's a really nice community.
And so we've got Big M, we got Ultra Megatronus in. We've also got Frank giving us all sorts of emojis. Thank God for not putting the eggplant or the peach on there.
Well, that is I love robots, beer, and asteroids. What?
That's it. And then Wrathhound, welcome in. And I think we also got this gentleman. Please, may I be pinned, please? We'll see what we can do, possibly. I'm still learning this whole thing.
I wish I could talk. Here's what it is.
Chat room's denied.
Billy's out.
I'm out. I closed the window. I'd rather look at your beautiful faces.
That's it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about some new products that are kind of around the corner, and then we'll get into 2024. Kind of like what were some of the things that we were surprised about, some of the things that excited us, and we'll talk about our most disappointing figures. We'll also talk about our top 3. And it's all Transformers specific. I didn't throw any Voltrons in there or Supermans or Godzillas or anything like that. All Transformers specific here.
No Godzillas? Really?
No Godzillas. Like, no.
I left my Hayas upstairs, man. Trust me, Godzilla, Ghidorah, they were on my list for top figures this year, but they are not going to be discussed tonight.
Don't worry, Norbz. When we have a Godzilla stream, we're gonna get you in. What's up, Derek?
Derek, what's up, bud?
Right. Derek.
Now, Derek won our first giveaway. Derek's a class act, man.
Yeah, great guy. I met him at TFCon. I just briefly met him. Very, very nice guy. We took a selfie together, all sorts of good stuff.
Here's how nice Derek is. I gave Derek some of my homemade hot sauce. I make my own hot sauce. And he gave it to a person who played one of the games for my hot sauce that the game didn't fill up. I told them I'd send them a bottle out. And I ended up having this mold issue where we were displaced for 8 months. So I completely forgot about giving them the hot sauce. And Derek gave his bottle to them. Like, he didn't even think twice. Like, he just hooked them up. He's a class act. Like, Derek's always just trying to find, like, the good in something. So Derek's always getting thumbs up for me.
Maybe I should have just said, man, it would have been great to have his credit card while I was next to him. That would have been... see what...
I think he's got one of those American Express steel cards, you know, the ones that are like cast iron.
Yeah, that's it.
Derek's a good friend of ours now.
Yeah. Ultra Megatronus, we will not talk about this abomination.
Yep. Listen, if they were going to make a Godzilla Transformer, it needed to be that Trypticon mold, and I will not accept anything else.
I would have accepted that, or like maybe even like remolding the T-Rex or Megatron molds, because like you can do a lot. I mean, they have actually remolded a lot of characters, and that would have been a great platform.
Yeah, that would have worked.
That would have.
But
absolutely.
They didn't. They gave us the one mold that just doesn't work as Godzilla.
They're like, you know what?
And gave him a Megatron.
The best, they didn't even give us spikes on the back and everything. Like, what's that about Hasbro? Why?
I don't know.
What Godzilla did to you?
Everyone's asking for that Studio Series 86 Godzilla, and they said, you know what? We're going to give you everything but that. We're going to give you the comic version. We're going to give you the nacho cheese version. We're going to give you the G2 version. We're going to give you a Godzilla, but we're not going to give you that Studio Series 86 reissue yet.
We're giving you Zilla 80, Zilla 98.
That's it.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm having too much fun.
Awesome. So let's look at some new stuff. We'll start out with Hasbro, and this was out of the blue. I didn't see any rumors about this or anything, but just hit me out of the blue. But the Trypticon here. Norbz, what are your thoughts on this repaint, recolor, this new mold? Not new mold, remold.
I'm not drooling over here. Am I like, is that what's going on here? No, that is just a beautiful sight right there. And I didn't think that they were going to reissue of like anything anything that could have actually been reissued. I thought like they would have actually went on to like another jet or something like that, or like another tank Megatron. But this was a surprise to me, and I'm just really looking forward to it. You know?
Oh yeah.
I actually had them in hand, and I gave it to a friend of mine a long time ago, and everything like that. And she loved it. And then I was just like, oh, but I don't have Trypticon anymore. And this is kind of like the makeup for it, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now,
Toon Accurate is a definite worthy makeup.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Billy?
So and many of you know, I've gone 90% third party. Like I have dropped Hasbro due to my disappointment in the quality of the figures.
Huh.
Yes, but I saw this and I told my wife, this is my birthday present. I need it. And I am getting this. This is beautiful. It looks great. I'm excited for it. And I'm really, really excited to have
I am too. I missed out on the Titans Return Trypticon. A buddy of mine found like 3 of them at Ross, and I was just like crazy.
That's not a good friend if he didn't send you one.
I didn't know him when he found them, so that's the thing. This good friend of mine, he did give me a tote of vintage G1 Transformers, which is awesome.
Okay, that makes up for it.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But this one, yes, is definitely on my must-get list, as well as the almost all the Power of the Primes figures that are out there. I know Star Convoy is definitely up there.
I'm buying that one. That one's on my list. I'll have him.
Oh yeah, and don't be surprised they reissue the Metroplex. That would be great. That would be great.
Yes.
I think that's definitely a possibility, especially, you know, with them reissuing Trypticon, you kind of need them. You know, they go. That's like Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah.
You know,
which, you know, I know we're talking new products and rumors and speculation. Man, you know, we all seen the Lewin Resources, like all the pictures of that huge 4-foot tall, needs a social security number, can use it in the HOV lane robot. But I'm wondering if Lewin would release a Trypticon that big.
Oh, come on. Don't do that.
They will probably do it. And you need to build a new wing to your house or something afterwards, you know, because that's all Cybertron now.
That's it. That's it. The next thing is what, a Unicron that's the size of Shaquille O'Neal or something.
I'd buy that. I'll be honest. That one I'd buy. Autocorrect Primer. He was our first guest. He got one at Ollie's for $40. Good for you.
Yeah, you know what? I'll autocorrect. I'm not even going to tell you how much I actually got that Trypticon for my friend, and it's actually insane. I was like $25 because the box was ruined, and still I'm kicking myself. I'm kicking myself over not getting it, or not keeping it.
Yeah. I just wish we had the old school days with the pricing gun that you can just change things. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But anyway,
I'm not saying I worked at Toys R Us for a reason when I was young.
That's it.
Anyway.
So this from QQ Toys. So core class. And as we know that Hasbro has kind of said, you know, we're kind of just going away from core class, and yet we have companies here that are kind of making those. So we got QQ Toys making a Predaking and a Devastator. So you can kind of see this silhouette in the background. I think it looks very ominous. It looks very menacing. So let's take a look at the first one, which is the 2 Constructicons here. This is just a 3D rendering. But I will be getting these. I definitely will be getting these. I know we're getting millions of Devastators out there right now. We got Studio One, we've got Dreamstar Toys, we got just a bunch, X-Transbots, Fans Toys. Everyone's making a Devastator. We've got Devastator coming out for Hasbro, but I think this would be a really cool one to have, just as a, you know, just a fun desk spot.
I actually have to say they actually did a great job with that Bone Crusher and Scavenger and everything. Like Bone Crusher alone looks like just a great bot, you know, like they got all the proportions right on that guy, you know, it's great.
So I'm in for these. My son and I do a lot of core class playtime, you know, because those Titans with the core class, there's nothing like it. So he will be getting these guys.
Yeah.
And,
oh yeah.
You know, there's no doubt about it, especially if they're as good as that core class Megatron that came out recently.
Yeah.
I'm not even really into core class, but these guys really have my interest.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, listen, core class is where it's at, man. It's so
they are,
fun.
and you're not afraid
It's
to break them.
easy to go back. Yeah, you're not going to break it. All ball joints. You're good.
But I like the Talib said if the price is right, I might be in on core combiners. I hope it is because I know like who was it that made that core class Megatron?
$17
Yeah,
ship.
was
I was
great.
kind of
I mean,
surprised
come on.
about that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
Because
That
usually,
was-
like anything that's, I'm sorry, but like anything that's usually in Legends or core class is usually uber expensive coming out from like one of the third-party companies and everything, and then just seeing that for the 70, excuse me, and then seeing that for $17, that's crazy.
Yeah,
It was a
Yeah.
no-brainer, man. I bought that. I started sending people links like, get this now. You know, speaking of autocorrect primer, him and his wife love core class. I made sure he
that's
got
it.
it.
That's it. Now, I guess, you know, autocorrect, that gives a whole new meaning to bringing toys into the bedroom. So, but
Also, good on you for finding a wife that's into Transformers. What? Do you have clones?
yep. That's it. That's it. That Megatron is awesome. But this is the one I'm really excited about.
There we go. That's the one.
Predaking. It's
Yeah. Hey, man, I might just keep one for myself. It looks so well done. It's what I'm looking for. Tune accurate, you know, sorry, tune accurate Predaking is beautiful. I didn't buy either of the Kang Toys sets because they're just too stylized for me. So this will be fun. This will be a great placeholder until Magic Square something gives me.
Oh yeah. You know, I am hoping some Legends class, you know, and I know we got the Kang Toys mini one, but that one again, if you want to lose limbs and kind of poke yourself and bleed out, that's the one to get, right? But I want a G1 Predaking that would look really good.
I like my G1 designs. Call me old fashioned, but give me that.
Well,
absolutely.
I'm really into how stocky this guy actually looks. You know, like he's actually got the bulk factor going, and even in the smaller bots and everything, just that bulk factor is just really amazing.
Yeah.
They're Gen 1 bricks, but they're breakable.
That's it. And how about a little Scramble City action?
I love that. I love the little Skylinks prototype. I hope they actually do it.
Yeah.
I sold off my what was that? Skylinks from Earthrise, and it's the one figure that I kick myself for selling. Like,
now, you guys,
I really like.
Sorry, guys, things are falling all over the place. Now, like, you guys weren't here when we were talking about this before, but then all of a sudden I saw this. I was like, he's a freaking centaur. Like, that's crazy.
That's it. That's what we're gonna have. Predaking Centauratron, or whatever we want to call him. It would be cool to get multiple of them just to have a Centaur version of Predaking. That would be so cool on that.
Absolutely.
But let's go on to the next one, and this is something that looks really, really cool. And this is coming out of Iron Warrior. Now, I don't know if this transforms. I don't think it does.
I don't believe it does. I haven't been able to find any pictures of a car mode for this or alt mode, whatever. But it is pretty. It is smooth. You know, it looks like it would go really well with that test shot Starscream I ended up grabbing. You know, that Transformers Prime Red Starscream. I mean, that's right up there. It looks like it's good quality and
probably better than Transformers Red.
I still want him to transform though. Like, something about him, just like every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, that magical bastard. I really need to see what he actually does in auto mode and everything, you know?
But I think this is good for those that, you know, they don't necessarily want to transform their stuff, but want just a good representation of those bots.
Right.
I know this is kind of, if I had the Shane Bell or whatever, I have never watched Transformers Prime.
What? I've watched the Beastmasters movie. Like, I made sure I watched that because I just thought that was such a cool Optimus Prime design. And Derek, thank you for letting us know it does not transform.
You want to know something? I watched that last video that they actually put up on YouTube, the new Transformers Prime thing that they actually had over there, and I liked it. You know, so hold on.
Yeah.
My glasses.
So I mean, it's not like I don't want to. That's on my agenda to watch some of these shows that when I kind of grew up and went away to college and things like that I didn't get a chance to. Going back and revisiting some of them. Some of them you have to get past like the first season or the first 6 or 7 episodes, and then it gets really good. Like for example, Armada, kind of got to get past that first season, then you start getting into, you know.
I tried with Armada. I really did, but I can't do Armada.
It's so hard for me. And then all of a sudden you bring in Smokescreen. I was just like, that's not freaking Smokescreen. Oh my God.
Yeah. But then when it got into Energon and it started bringing, you know, that it really did start getting really good.
I just find myself going back to Beast Wars like monthly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so we got this collaboration. We all saw the announcement before of the Transformers Bingo Sports. They do finally have some in-hand images of this thing, and this is a love-hate for me, as you'll get ready to see. Love the alt mode. The bot mode is garbage, I think, for me.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That bot mode is absolute utter.
Well, you know, he's just gonna fold up under the car, just like you're just gonna put him down and then pick him up, and then it's like, here, he's all transformed now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's just lazy, and nobody likes that last night Optimus Prime design. Let's be honest.
That is true.
I'm actually okay with it. You know?
I can't take those last night designs. It's like, here's a robot that turns into a truck or a car and has absolutely zero aspects of that vehicle.
But that's what I liked about it. Like that whole entire vehicular mode was actually totally hidden within the robot. I love seeing stuff like that, you know?
I can appreciate your view. I just don't agree with it. And I will respect your thoughts. It's not Transformers.
I get it.
This would have been cool as like Wheeljack or a Prowl or a, you know, or something like that, but not a Prime.
This as a Prime, this to me looks like when you're in the mall and there's that little like island in the middle of the mall with those knockoff toys.
Barking dogs.
Like that's with the barking dogs that yap and flip. This should be there in my
one thing for the Bay fans. At least it's got that model gray plastic on them and everything, so that'll make them happy. You know,
I can see the scroll.
Well, this is don't worry. Over time, that'll probably get yellow. So, but
true.
Anyway, let's move on. This is something we're excited about. Only China, you know, release. But so if you're wanting to get this is going to be on Shozi, and I'll let Billy kind of take it away and talk about these guys really quick.
Right, so these guys are, I believe, 6-inch action figures. They do not transform, but these guys are like Figuarts level articulation.
Really?
So, yeah. So this is something where, like D Amazing, I could see him just doing photo shoots that will blow your mind and change your life. Highly posable, highly detailed, for tune accurate designs, but you know they're there, and I think they're awesome. If the price is right, I'm going to be all in on them. But it really does fall on the price on these figures. These guys are in scale per the Sunbow scale chart. So when you see Optimus or Cliff Jumper, there's going to be a actual height discrepancy as opposed to Red, where everybody was the same size. So I like it. There's a beautiful attention to detail here. I think Jimmy's got some pictures of some of the other characters. You know, I think they've got RC.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
this is Wave 1.
Yeah, Wave 1's beautiful. These two, the Sunstorm and the Optimus Prime with the toy coloring, those are the chase figures. So nobody's guaranteed them, but it's nice to see that there is a seeker mold, and they didn't just start off with, "Hey, here's Starscream." You know, Frank, I love you to death. You're a great friend, but I mean, how many Starscreams do we need? But the Cliff Jumper looks great. The Insecticon looks great. RC looks, I mean, they look great.
That kickback.
And for the level of posability that they have, you know, if you're, as you said, sometimes people don't want to transform their figures. So if you want to just go build a diorama and have an epic battle scene, I mean, these guys are the way to go.
Actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are up for pre-order on Shozi. I mean, you can put $1 down right now if you want to.
Yep. And if you do that, please use my reviewer code BTK, as it helps my channel grow, and I appreciate your support.
There we go. But
Autocorrect Primer is going all in. I'm happy to hear that, bud. I think I am. Yes, you do buy it as a set. So I just want to see what that price is before
And I want to see if Cliff
Simple.
Jumper comes with the flipping off middle finger birds.
That'd be amazing.
He needs to. He needs to. If not, I'm sure somebody will 3D print a set.
That's it. Norbz, you gonna get them?
Buy it on
Get them,
Etsy.
Norbz?
I don't know. Like they're looking pretty interesting. I personally kind of like my Transformers to transform, you know. But because like it always gives like other talking points and everything. Whenever anybody comes in or anything like that, they're like, "Oh my God, look at all these!" And they're just like, "And they transform too? What?" You know?
Yeah. Wait, there's more.
Like but like these guys are pretty cool too. Though I have to respect them.
Yeah. Also, I mean, they're going to be figures that your friends that don't do Transformers can hold, and you don't have to worry that they're going to.
There you go.
That's it. There you go. Here, you hold this. You hold this one. But I mean, with the popularity now of YOLO Park, blocks, and stuff like that.
I just bought the Blokies set for Transformers 1. My son, I'm looking forward to building them with my son.
This is just another great avenue for collectors, and I'm happy about that. That there's something for everyone on that. So, but this is kind of just what we're here for. This is Craftsman Toys Computron. And so they just showed off all the different bots, all the different modes. Of course, the first one's out. And Billy, you did the review on it.
I loved it. I was so pleasantly surprised. All I thought of when I saw these were, all right, I've got a placeholder until Magic Square drops their set, because I want a Technobot set. I like, the Technobots. I'm a season 3 fanatic. The music, the art style, like it's just so weird. And I love it. So when I saw these Technobots, I said, screw it, I'm buying it. And upon reviewing it, I was so blown away by the quality of the figures. The plastic was great. The tolerances were great. In all 3 modes, it's solid. I was on the review, I was shaking it around and everything was staying in place. So for the literal, no pun intended, the level of craftsmanship that went into these builds, I'm so in on every one of these. I'm looking forward to them. Granted, Afterburner isn't tune accurate, but I take it that they just found a way to make the design work for them and give us a accurate combiner mode, right? So other than the Afterburner issue, this set's beautiful. I'm all in, and God damn it, we need all the Computrons is right, Talib. I'm all in on that. But they're beautiful. Even in great scale prototypes, this is a beautiful looking set.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't expensive either. I mean, what was it, like $35? I think.
I think it was like $27 shipped. Hold on, let me check Shozy out. ShozyStore.com, where you can get your Transformers for a hell of a lot less.
Don't forget, use reviewer code.
Use the code BTK to help me continue on with my horrible hobby.
I actually have to say, I really like all the designs here and everything, and what they actually did with Scattershot is pretty perfect. Yeah,
Scattershot's incredible.
Came out great.
I'm sorry, you were right, Jimmy. $37 shipped, and you get a fantastic Legends class combiner. And I think for the price, especially since a deluxe Transformer is $25 these days, or I think it's $27 in my area, and you get so much more with these Craftsman offerings. $37 is no
How
problem
tall
for
was
me.
Nosecone?
He's a par with like a Magic Square combiner.
About 4 inches, around there.
4 inches.
About 4 inches.
Hey, according to some people, 4 inches is enough. Okay, I'm not saying, but
it's just enough. All right, it's just enough.
So, I mean, it's not too much. I'm thinking that Lewin's a little bit too big for some people, but 4 inches is just right. So, but yeah, definitely this is one to get. And the cool thing about what I like about Show Z too, as well, is they every now and then run coupons and sales and stuff too, as well.
That they do. And I do want to say though, real quick, just because you were asking about the size, to any of you Chug collectors, this will not fit your Chug collection. This is not going to be something. This is not going to be a placeholder for a good.
What you need is, and I don't have a picture of it. You're going to need that new age Megatron. That Chug.
Oh yeah,
Megatron.
absolutely.
Yeah, I just can't wait for Show Z to show me shipped. I've been waiting. I paid it off the day they announced the price, so I better be one of the first to get shipped. That's all I'm saying.
There we go. And so I had to throw in a Voltron here.
What? We're talking about Voltron?
Well, yeah. So, Voltron 2, which is the Voltron that nobody loves because it never came to the States, but the toys did back in the day, and that blue one was. I finally got it. I did a review on it. It's blown up. That review for that figure is right now. I think it's sitting at 7,000 views, and it just came out like 7 days ago.
Well,
If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out because that's
yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Use my reviewer code BTK. So anyway, and you can order this on Gundammit. And so does your reviewer code?
Actually, that reviewer code works on Gundammit, so go for it.
But the thing I love about it, there's alpha, beta, and gamma, and these guys, it's 3 robots to do in one. If you don't know much about Voltron, there's the near universe, which is the Daruger vehicles. There's the far universe, which is the Go Lion, the lion ones that we all know and love. But then there was the middle universe, which is these guys, which is called Albagos, or the Gladiator Voltron, and they all combine, and you can put them in different formations, and each formation means something different. So the black, blue, and red is the only formation that can hold the blazing sword, which is kind of interesting. So this is one that I'm really excited about. It is kind of pricey, but you can get it on Gundam for about $309. So it's going to be up there with kind of like your Bandai Soul of Chogokin kind of line, but this is from Action Toys. I do have on order Action Toys Go Lion Voltron, so I can't wait to do a review on that because I've heard it's the most tune accurate one that's out there.
Nice.
I will live vicariously through your review. You can go back. I think Talib asked if the Craftsman toys were in line with Iron Factory, or at least in bed with Iron Factory. Yeah. Jimmy and I were talking about that previously on another show. They do fit in beautifully with Iron Factory. It's definitely not the same company. However, it could be the same designers, as I know there's only a handful of designers that really go from third-party company to third-party company. So these guys might have just bought the designs.
I think it would work perfectly with that Leo Kaiser.
I have to say, like the articulation on these are amazing compared to the 84, compared to the 1980s figure that you reviewed. Like, look at all that delicious, look at those guys.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then last but not least, the most exciting announcement we have, something so amazing, is we're getting Transformers protein powder. And so you have to try to collect all 32 figures. And what we've got, the first wave, is we've got Cookies and Cream Megatron, we've got Vanilla Honey Graham Bumblebee, and we have Wild Berry Cheesecake Optimus Prime.
All right.
So if you need to get your swole on.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Fellas, it's time to get swole now. It's time to put off all the excuses, get ourselves to the gym, and drink Megatron and Prime.
I can see 100,000 Transformers fans all looking like Eric Cartman, thinking he's a beefcake. That's what I'm seeing here. All because they had to get all 37 die-cast bots. And they're just going to be die-cast versions of something from a quarter machine.
What's going to happen is these cans will still be full. They're just going to pull those bots out. These are just going to lay over onto the side.
I'll tell you this: eBay, you'll make a ton of money on eBay if you sell those bots.
That's it.
eBay, because
that's it. But yeah, this is this is one of those
that's a head scratcher for me. All right,
right?
Listen,
this does not fit the Transformers fandom at all.
Don't you remember? Come on, don't you remember BuildBot? The bot that just loved to exercise every single day. He was actually over the gym paying his dues. And he didn't listen.
That's one bot out of how many?
There were like a couple of bots that did that. He never listened. He had never missed leg day. He was always there.
But
beefcake.
Yeah, but they could have done something. I mean, if you know your audience, maybe like energy drink or something like that. But but protein powder. Look. I love my robots and stuff, but this body is not drinking protein powder.
Wait a second. What happened to Bulkhead being their sponsor?
Bulkhead?
What the hell, man?
Bulkhead would have been great.
They missed out. Totally. We need to go.
And they could have made the containers look like Bulkhead's mace ball, man. That would have been so cool.
See, Hasbro, that's why you need to hire me, man. I'm thinking.
That's it. speaking of Hasbro, so let's talk a little bit about 2024. And I think this was a good year for Hasbro Transformers. I like the Transformers United line was actually a lot better than some of the previous lines that have been out there.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. I gave up on Hasbro for quite some time, but I was surprised this year by that.
Correct.
It needed to be beer and chips.
Yes. Hey, there was a brilliant brewery that made Voltron beer. So,
Yeah, actually, there's games of that. The games of that go up on the underground every once in a while.
I think that's where I won this one, was on the underground. But yeah, I think, for example, some of the figures that I really like, the Transformers Legacy G1 Optimus Prime was a really, really great figure.
It was good.
Yeah, of course, the Studio Series 86 Prime that we all love.
Every one of us love it. There's nobody that dislikes that figure.
He's just precious, my precious.
Just dropped his blaster, but so precious. Like, if you don't have him, get him. Even everybody was actually complaining about the heels and everything like that. Nothing to complain about. It's just amazing,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, they hate us because they ain't us, right?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even bother
didn't bother me one
I
bit.
didn't even bother redoing the heel at all or anything like that. Like, it was just like, what? It's so what? You know what I mean? It just looked natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's been some there's some great stuff that's come out and some surprising stuff, some disappointing things. So I'd love to hear from y'all, kind of like in 2024, when you look back, what was that piece of news that surprised you in the Transformers community?
That we weren't going to get Hound as a single pack, and he was actually coming in like that
is depressing.
5-pack that he was. Yeah, that was horrible. And then they gave us this thing. If you
let's not give you a single pack Hound. Let's give you a repaint to go with your nacho cheese Grimlock, your Grimlock Megatron, all that stuff.
Of all things,
that thing was.
This is actually like
flooding the shelves at my Walgreens.
This was actually a huge slap in the face of the Transformers community and everything. That's why he actually got the rating of the finger in my review. Like.
He didn't make it to my reviews. Let's
I think a couple things for me was the news of that Hasbro is no longer going to be funding movies, which is sad. And who knows, maybe they might change their mind or whatever. But so it would require some studio to front all of that money and probably still pay a licensing fee to Hasbro to be able to use the likeness of those figures, which is.
That's probably why there's a little castle rumored to be interested in Hasbro.
Yeah. So there's two interested parties. One of them has been a rumor for a while, but it also has been kind of resurfacing. But first of all, Elon Musk is interested in buying Hasbro, not for Transformers, but for Dungeons and Dragons. I think.
Yeah, he wants the gaming division, and I think that'd be a better choice, simply because our third-party figures would still happen. I don't think he'd go crazy over third-party designs. He might see the benefit of the R&D that comes with that. Whereas the other company that's interested, there's no way in hell we're going to have our third-party market anymore.
If they end up buying. That other company is Disney. So they will go
with the mouse.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so they've got lawyers that are more than meets the eye that will go after these companies.
They will kill it. They will kill my third-party market. And it'll be, I'll probably have like 2 figures left, to reach my goal, my dream of a complete collection, and then Disney will shatter my dreams.
But your investment you have now will be like a gold mine. Will probably.
Oh, it'll be an absolute.
You'll have to smug a third-party country, third-party characters from like across county lines and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. The meltdown fans had with the hey, listen, I get it. Most of the fans are not Elon fans. I mean, it's the easiest way to put it. But, if you have someone that actually cares about the product and cares about what they're putting out, isn't that the kind of person that you want buying the company? I don't know. Like, personal feelings aside, don't you want someone that cares?
Yeah.
First of all, I think
I don't think Disney's going to care. I think Disney's just going to say, make me money.
Yeah.
I think Elon would actually start off by firing like 30,000 people out of the company and everything like that in order to like make a skeleton.
Absolutely.
You know?
And then he'd go overseas and ask him to work 23 hours a day and, not call out sick. I understand that part of it.
But yeah, it's an interesting world we live in where Hasbro is, they've already said no more Power Rangers, right? So, and
which is
they really dropped the ball onto Power Rangers though. Like seriously, like they could have actually been doing so much with it, like they proved that they could actually do it with that Megazord, with the what do you call it, the Select Megazord that they actually had on, and that was just a beautiful bot. I never got it, but like I wish I did, and I kind of wish Bandai had never like dropped Power Rangers here in the States, Yeah.
Yep.
No, absolutely. I 100% agree. But you got, I think if Hasbro wanted to do something, I think they should just be a licensing company. Just license out, to other companies to make your stuff. I mean, you've got these third-party companies that are making some really, really great things. You got other companies that can make it. And you just say, hey, look, just we'll sell you the license. You do this and just give us a cut.
I'm a new age guy through and through. But if Hasbro said to Magic Square, hey, you're going to be licensed to make our figures, you'd get the best Transformers you've ever seen.
I wonder how that would work price-wise coming here into the States and everything like that. And with like the, you know what I mean? Like, and plus like the demand and everything like that, that actually have to meet and everything like that too, So,
with the quality that those companies put out, I wouldn't mind paying a little bit extra. I wouldn't mind the hike because the quality of figures you're getting.
I think so.
I've got figures that Hasbro's put out that if I held it up to a light, I can see through.
The other thing you got to
go for the third-party prices too.
Yeah. The other thing you got to think too is if it's licensed, then they're going to be making more, which would bring costs down. So I think you might see a little bit of a hike, but I don't think you'd see like what the price is for third party is now on that.
No, I'm thinking you're going to see a couple bucks.
Yeah, but because they're going to be mass producing them, and so that's going to make it a lot cheaper. Of course, you're going to have different remolds, different colorings, and all that kind of stuff. That's one thing New Age does really, really well is they'll release 5 different versions of that same figure, so they're getting the most out of that mold.
But everyone stands out to a point where you don't even feel like you're buying the same figure.
My hope is that distribution wouldn't be as bad as Hasbro is now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, Hasbro distribution. I'm in New Jersey. I don't know where you're at.
Florida.
But okay, so New Jersey is right by Hasbro's headquarters in Rhode Island, and I don't see anything on the shelves. Like they are bad.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like I've missed figures. It's another reason why I stopped buying Hasbro is I can't get them unless I pre-order them. And if I don't hit the pre-order window, they're sold out to scalpers well before I even hit it. Like they always do a launch while I'm working. It's never right. So Hasbro's dropped the ball, in my opinion, as a producer.
Yeah, I have to say, like I buy them online, and then like eventually, like 2 or 3 months later, there they are in Walmart or like the Targets and everything. And I'm actually kind of surprised that we're getting anything now. I kept wondering if it was like the toy buyers from Hasbro and Target, and I kind of feel like since corporate America did away with Toys R Us and everything, we definitely need like a new toy store that they can actually kind of like easily distribute to and everything like that, because like I think that's kind of like the missing link here now and everything, when you actually don't know the value of like certain things and everything like that when it comes down to like mass market department stores and everything like that, just like trying to funnel money into everything,
Yeah.
I would love a big toy store to come back. Like,
and plus what you're getting is too is like I don't know about y'all, but like my Walmart. What's up, Zazzle? Hey. Happy New Year, good buddies. Glasses, purple, yellow, diamond, hand pink waving. So that must be the the emojis that were supposed to appear. But anyway, at first I was like, what are you calling me, man? So anyway, but like at my Walmart, they'd have pallets of stuff that they just didn't put out that would just stay in the warehouse. And then all of a sudden, like 3 months down the road, you get these toys that were released 3 months ago. And then you get things
that you've already bought.
And then you get the things like what we saw this holiday where you got, the 40th anniversary Optimus Prime, which came out for $80, which was way expensive. But then all of a sudden it's on clearance after like a month for like 35. Or the Ferric, the Fenric Ferric, whatever, the Cyclonus, white Cyclonus mold.
Oh, yeah.
He was, I think I picked him up for $10.
Did you really?
Yeah, he was on clearance at Walmart.
Good for you.
That's a great mold, though. That Kingdom Cyclonus is one of the best molds Hasbro's put out.
Absolutely.
That is just a fantastic figure.
Yeah, so I think that's where they need they need somebody to, like you said, a good distribution, maybe a toy stores, those toy stores to come back. And maybe it's you reinvent that toy store into experiences that you have, like little workshops on things like, hey, on Transformers, experiences that you have.
Great.
Hey, come try out this new toy. Come,
yeah.
Play with this. Come into this area or whatever it may be, and
it'd
make
be
it
cool.
more.
I'm sorry, but it'd be cool if the toy store actually had like a kind of like a build your own figure, like a Build-A-Bot kind of like a thing going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
Absolutely. So we're relying on, and there's like, we got like, I know you got St. Mark's and a few of your local toy stores.
I've got St. Mark's Comics and Collecticon Toys that I go to for all of my Hasbro.
And I've got some local shops, Utopia Toys and Models, and things like that. But the hard part is like they do, and I don't mind paying an extra couple bucks because it's supporting a local toy store. But they're not able to buy in mass market like some of these other big.
No, they do not get the mass markets. Collecticon Toys gets more Hasbro than St. Mark's. St. Mark's being in New York, you would think that they have easier reach of distribution, but they've been having a little bit of a hard time. But Collecticon Toys, I will give him this. He gets them before anybody. So it's nice to listen, I'll pay a little bit more knowing that I'm about to review a figure before some of my fellow reviewers. No offense.
And autocorrect, I see that, they did make one, but I didn't know if they were closing down that store already or something, or was it just the ARC, the burger
Was it
shop?
A pop-up or was it a permanent? Yeah.
It's a permanent shop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I think an all Transformers shop would do very well in my area. We've got a large Transformers community here in New Jersey. We have I think there's like a New Jersey Toy Con that occurs regularly. Derek is well aware of that. And Hasbro not allowing brick and mortar shops makes no sense. It's not so much Hasbro; it's who they use for their distribution.
Is it Diamond? Yeah. Diamond distributors?
It is. It's Diamond.
Yeah.
And Diamond has been.
I always thought that Hasbro did their own distribution.
Hey, New York.
Hey,
no, from what I understand, there are separate parties that my friends do the order.
Okay.
Yeah, I know mine does. I think Diamond, that's where he gets his Hasbro, McFarlane, all that kind of stuff. And
same as mine.
And they said, and one of the things they said was Diamond's dropping the ball on a bunch of stuff. Like they've been getting comic books late. They've been getting stuff like really, really late.
My buddy at St. Mark's Comics, Brooklyn, New York, guys, Industry City, awesome store. But Diamond, he'll put in the order. It'll say you're good to go, and then I'll get a notice that they've been dropped. It's mind blowing.
But, I think that's where, maybe if you got someone who was more operationally, that had a little bit of an operations mind too, as well to it, that can do something where they can kind of make that happen. Some use EE and that's been yes, it has. Yes.
Yeah. So Entertainment Earth has lost my favor over the years. Sorry.
Breakdown still on pre-order.
I think the last item I bought from them that actually showed up was the Dino Riders set of the mini figures that they did, that like little box set where you could get like these unpainted plastic Dino Riders.
Oh, that's cool.
Things.
Dino Riders. That was such a cool toy.
Mattel dropped the ball by not using those Jurassic World figures and bringing
oh wow,
Dino Riders.
Interesting. Diamond may be going out of business.
So, your autocorrect has insiders like you couldn't believe, and always has this insider news that turns out to be true.
Nice.
So if he's saying Diamond may go out of business,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, who's the other distributor that's out there?
I know of Diamond and Entertainment Earth. I don't know any others, but I'm not a retailer. I don't sell. Oh, awesome. If you've hit up my friend's store, I hope you said hello, man. Nick's one of the greatest people on earth. Yeah, he's great. Yes, great theme song as well. DC Comics is looking to no longer use them. If you're losing DC, like I'm not a DC guy, but I mean, that's mind blowing if you're going to lose DC. I know you are.
But I love DC and I love Marvel. I love them all equally on that. So maybe we'll have a show down the road about. I know we're supposed to have a Magic Square New Age battle. Maybe we'll have a Marvel.
We need a Magic Square New Age battle.
That kind of thing too as well. So, but all in all, like that was the surprising news. But like you said, the good news though is the figures that we're getting. I mean, the announcements of the Age of Primes. I'm hoping distribution is great on that because that like the Megatronus figure, the Fallen. I think that's going to be one of my favorites, as well as Star Convoy. It's Nova Prime looks good.
Oh, he looks so great.
Yeah.
They all look really good. But I did pre-order Star Convoy simply due to the lack of distribution in my area. That was a figure I want to have it. I never had the original. This will be just fine in the collection. And I made sure I pre-ordered that out of fear of distribution for my area.
Yeah. So we got that.
Byron saying Diamond is still good. Happy you're having good experiences with them.
And
yes,
love Marvel and DC. I'm glad we live in a world where we can have both of them.
We are very fortunate. It is a good time for comics again. There are some amazing comics out there. There's some fantastic publishers out there aside from Marvel and DC. That is what this
wait. Hear me out here. Godzilla is going to be the bridge that builds the bridge between all of them. I'm just saying, Godzilla has already fought Superman. I hear he's going to fight the Avengers. So
I think there's a shot of him. He's fighting Wolverine, and Wolverine is lunging through the atomic breath, and it's just like the skeleton going. It's
and to that, I say, why? Why would you do that?
That's it.
You're losing already.
So.
Listen, I'm not a Wolverine guy. I'm a Cyclops guy. Like I could care less if Wolverine ever shows up again. But seeing the image was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
So before we get into what we're looking forward to in 2025, let's take a retrospective and take a look at some of the figures that y'all submitted. So we're going to take a look at our most disappointing figure. And I know, Norbz, you're going to go first. And I know you already showed him off.
Detritus. Look at him. Look how bad he is. Look, the restocking is growing right there. Look at him.
He's utter trash.
He is horrible. You know what? I kind of like would have loved to see this in Hound first. And if I saw him as Hound, maybe my mind would have actually changed and everything. But like, look at this eyesore back there.
Listen, the colors on that figure show you everything wrong with that mold.
Absolutely.
Like it does nothing to benefit that mold.
Right. You actually have the waffled weapons and everything like that too. Like I think they were actually just like trying to save as much as possible and like milk the money of this guy as much as possible and everything. But this guy just wound up shelf warming everywhere though,
Yes.
Why do I have him?
Trash.
Why do I have him?
Why?
Self-hatred. That's why.
But it's kind of like flesh colored leggings. Looks good on some people, but not on me.
Right,
so
exactly.
That does not look good on that figure there. Let's go on to Billy's here. So
I couldn't make a decision as to which one disappointed me more. And that is the X Transbots Legend Scaled Fuzz. I think it's Streetwise. And it just doesn't feel good in hand. It doesn't fit in with any of my Legends, my Magic Square or my New Age. It's just, it does nothing. Like it truly serves no purpose. And it's a placeholder. Like it really shows me that this figure is expendable. Come on, Magic Square, and give us a good Protectobots team, and I want a Protectobots team so bad. They're one of those sets that I had as a kid that still mean something to me.
Or or if Craftsman's
What?
Toys. I mean, I know they're doing Abominus. It's like saying Worcestershire. So I only know.
Yeah,
two big
no,
words,
I would be
gymnasium
fine with
and
that.
mayonnaise. That's the only two big words I know. So
listen, I've been going through that all night, so no worries.
And then the other one was the Cerebros. I forget the company that made that.
I think.
Yes, the Mod Fan Cerebros. I sold it relatively quickly due to my disappointment. The head mode was too small for Fortress Maximus that it was scaled with.
Wow.
It was supposed to go with the Titans Returns Fortress Maximus. However, the head was so small it ended up looking like the like Beetlejuice when he gets his head shrunk. And then the amount of paint chipping from the first transformation is just not acceptable. That figure literally just looked like a 4-year-old got a hold of your most valuable thing in the world and was banging it everywhere. It didn't hold up on the first transformation. The head mode, I'm getting a feedback, so I'm sorry. Let me see if it's me. In head mode, the center of the crest just didn't stay on. It would constantly pop off. It's a poorly made figure that doesn't do what it set out to do. So these two made it to my most disappointing figures of 2024.
Yeah, NY said he got an AliExpress Cerebros, and it works great for those who don't have one. Just no electronics in it. So AliExpress, I mean, that you can get some pretty good stuff there.
Absolutely.
Yep, you absolutely can, but you could also get a bag of dicks without
absolutely on that too. Yeah.
It could be more than meets the eye there. Yes, absolutely on that. And then
that is
my two figures that were a disappointment was the Studio Series Transformers 1, Optimus, and Megatron. Now, at first, I did like the bot modes. I hated the alt modes on them because they were real gappy. They just didn't, it was lazy for me on that. And then just the more I look at them, just hatred just continues going through me because I'm like, they could have done so much better with this, because I've seen other Studio Series stuff that's really great, but this was like just one that they just kind of I think what happened was they weren't planning on the movie being successful, so they kind of slacked on the toys.
You think so?
I don't know, but the Takara Brave Commander, which is the $80 one, which is phenomenal. I love that one.
Yeah, that's a killer figure. I've watched a couple of reviews of that. That is fantastic. I went with the Blokies for Transformers 1. So I've got that set coming to me from ShowZStore.com.
All right. So now that
I kind of want that Megatron still, and believe it or not, I actually like that Optimus Prime. I do. But
I like the designs. The figures when I see them on the shelf and I'm constantly thinking about it, I'm like, if these were $10 deluxes, I would do it. But I'm not doing $25 for Tina Turner. Megatron.
So I don't know if a third party company is going to make them. I don't know. We'll see.
There's a group that I think there's like one person that actually made like an upgrade for Megatron where you actually have like a piece that goes in between his that gives him abs. Like you could actually like put like that piece in and he looks a lot better that way.
Yeah. So he's not leggy.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, those legs are insane.
He's got legs.
Feel the power of my legs. The legacy of Legatus.
Oh, I remember that episode.
That's it. But let's do a palate cleanser here, and let's go on to some happier news, and that's top 3 of 2024. And Norbz, we're going to let you go first. So let's start with number 3.
Number 3, Tiger Hawk. This guy is actually really great. I kind of would have loved to see some more filling going right into the wings and everything, but this guy does everything opulently. I love the chest transformation. The chest transformation is just superb on this guy. He does everything really well. Kind of wish he actually got the Battle Cat head, the Battle Cat helmet that he's actually supposed to come with. But I have no complaints about this guy.
Yeah,
he's so good.
I think that one looks great. That figure really did look good. I think they did a really good job modernizing it for today's audience and still giving us a really nice representation of.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And numero dos.
Okay, numero dos for me was, oh no, hold on. Numero dos for me was Optimus, actually, believe it or not. You know, I love this figure so much. This guy does everything so well, but like, I think there were a couple of things that could have actually been done a little bit differently. Like, I would have loved to see like the inside of his chest compartment painted or something, because we actually have like just like all this bland red. You know,
Yeah.
sooner or later, Hasbro is going to come out with like the super extreme painted, you know, like whatever they're actually going to do with this guy and everything like that, you know. But like altogether, this guy's just great. I think they could have actually used like another shape for the backpack, but I'm not complaining about the backpack because Prime comes with a backpack, and like it just looks good all around and everything. But that's my number two.
You could almost put like a cover, like the jetpack cover there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. Like this guy's just so good though. Like everything
Yeah.
about it. And mine didn't even come with like the shaky what do you call it? The shaky smokestacks or anything like that, which I was kind of surprised about. So number two.
Mine
Yeah,
did.
no worries, no worries. And then number one for you, Norbz.
Uh-huh. The face of evil. It's Straxus. Right off the Marvel Comics, off the Marvel Comics pages. This guy is great.
Yeah.
He does everything great.
That's a beautiful figure.
Right? Like I was actually kind of surprised that they actually used Megatron as the base for Galvatron as the base for it.
Galvatron.
But yeah, everything that they actually did to rework this guy and everything, to remold like the chest compartment and everything, to make it wrap around the barrel of the cannon and everything, just like great touches. And he looks exactly like he's supposed to look like in the comic books and in the comic books in both modes, you know? So good.
I think that's a beautiful figure. As you said, it jumps right off the comic pages. Really rad. I think you've made a good choice.
I'm sorry. I actually had him as Dark Mount. I think he actually came in with the not Thrilling 30. Was it Thrilling 30 or was it it was probably like Thrilling 30 something or something like that. But like a Dark Mount didn't come with like the fun factors that was actually involved with this guy and everything like that. He came as like a little deluxe, and it was just like, this isn't him. This isn't Strax.
This is not an imposing character.
Yeah.
So, it's like the dog from Tom and Jerry. That, hey Spike, you know that.
Right.
Put
him up. Yeah, but I thought Straxus was great. I didn't like his little wingy things that much, but other than that, everything was great. Love this. What I loved about the comic figures, of course, the box is beautiful. It almost didn't want me to take it. I almost didn't want to take it out of the box. But first you got to cut a hole in the box, and then, then that cell shading, kind of like the different paint to give it that comic book effect, I think really does great. And that's what I loved about like the Grimlock, as well as the other one that came out too as well.
And it makes more sense with the comic shading once you actually get him into space turret mode and that sort of thing, you know. So it's great.
That's it. Hey, dude.
Hello, dude, man, guy.
That sounds great. Say it 3 times real fast. So anyway, then we're gonna go on with me. And so my number 3 figure is the Missing Link Optimus Prime. And I thought this guy was amazing. I mean, he brought back all the feels of the retro G1 Optimus, but gave me what I wanted as a kid, where you can pose him and articulate him and do whatever you need to. Now, this is the animated version. The C-01 is the toy version, which I do have. It's still in the box. I thought about getting it out of the box, but I decided to use this one here, and I think it looks great. I do miss the yellow eyes, but and the tamping on it that the C-01 has. But Missing Link with the die cast, with the articulation, for me was my number 3 figure.
Nice.
It's a good figure. Really good figure.
Yeah. So number 2, and believe it or not, I won this off of the Underground. And so I normally wouldn't have bought this for myself, but I won it on the Underground, and it was a pleasant surprise. I'm like, now that I got it and I got it in hands, this is the Monocrat Megatron, made by the company Megatank. And this is an imposing figure. And I got him in alt mode right now. It looks almost like the Metal Slug, tank there. So which is pretty cool. Which I know they make a Transformers Metal Slug.
So expensive
Not
though.
Transformers, but a third party
Yeah.
makes one. But it's got the die cast. It's huge. It's large. Someone told me that Metagates Prime scales really well with it, so I need to get one of those for it. But this is what I wish the Bumblebee movie would have given us. That Megatron, instead of having a concept art.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I know, right?
Actually, I didn't have a problem with concept art Megatron. I thought he did everything well, including giving us like
it's a cool design.
Including giving us like a little gun. You know what I mean? Like it was great.
Yeah.
But this thing's just wild.
Dude, man, guy, there's nothing wrong with that Legacy Prime. It is an amazing figure. I call it I don't want to call it the Trailer Park Prime. I would say it's the deluxe Trailer Park Prime, because there are some trailers that are really amazing, and then there are some trailers that are trash. So that one is that if you can't get Missing Link, definitely go with Legacy G1 Optimus Prime. It's a really good figure. It has the same articulation, the same transformation. It's just all plastic instead of die cast on that.
I really love this Megatron of yours.
Yeah, Adam Chandler, what's up, dude? And then my first, of course, is Studio Series 86 Optimus. This was one of those toys that when you opened them up, and I do a lot of my reviews are first reaction reviews. I don't get them out of the box. I don't play with them. I don't do any of that. So I missed a lot of stuff, but you do get my first reaction. And when I first took him out of the box, I was speechless. It was just a freaking amazing looking bot. Now, did it have its faults? Yes, it does. The head popping in a little too hard, whatever. But for the faults that it had, I could overlook it, because this is the one that we should have got a long time ago. It's just so gorgeous. It's just amazing. It's an imposing figure. It gives you that stoic feel, right? That Optimus Prime has. When you look at him, he's almost like the Master Chief of Halo. Like, you can win the battle if Optimus Prime is on the field, right?
Absolutely.
Amen.
So there you go. And then so those were my top three. And so Billy, last but not least, and I love your new logo, man.
Thank you, man. My wife
really,
it. And my wife's awesome. She supports my hobby. Nice. She lets me be king of the nerds in the home. And so she helped me out. YouTube was giving me a really hard time due to the adult content of my channel, and I had to kind of migrate to this not as vulgar persona, and she helped me make this transition. So
if you still want to see Billy's adult content, you can go to. No, I'm just kidding.
You can go to onlyfans.com, and it's a guy who transforms with his feet.
Anyway. Starfish, how are you doing, my friend?
So these are my top three.
All right, so let's go with number three.
Uncle Dave, we're doing good. Number three is Masterpiece.
I want that so badly. Go ahead.
It's so damn good. As I said in my top 10, it is a legit beast. He would have been higher, but his ankles on my copy, I transformed them right. To anybody that's going to jump in on this, they're just very flimsy. So if you don't pose him right, he's falling over. And the eyes, he has those dead eyes. They didn't paint the eyes.
Yeah, they do.
And that's my photo right there, so you can see that. But it's such a good figure. Transformation's great. It's super clean. It's huge. And that is such a good figure that he's definitely in my
I wonder if, because my wife has one of those Cricut machines that with that vinyl.
Yep, we've got a silhouette.
I think if she could create like the vinyl just to put over the eyes or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that could definitely.
You would have actually thought that they would have actually thought of that as like one of the first things that they actually did was just like make the vinyl red eyes and everything for that guy. You know?
You're telling me that they didn't have that in hand and say, "Oh, that was pretty bad."
Yeah.
I agree, dude, man, guy. Masterpiece Waspinator is probably my most desired figure, but Takara with the MPM, as you saw with Ginrai, they're shrinking them down. So you need to rely on a third-party company, and Transart kind of is on their way out. So I don't know who's going to give us that Masterpiece.
They do actually have that one that turns into a helicopter, and I kind of wanted to get that one too. I forget what that one was actually called, but that was a great figure too, though.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Adam,
absolutely.
we did see that Iron Warrior Bumblebee, and it looks great.
I think we spoke about that previously. On to
number two. And happy early birthday, Uncle Dave. But here we go. Number
Whoa.
2.
Yeah, the Robot Toys Caesar. This is a legend scaled Optimus Primal. I got him in the beginning of the year last year. He's still on top of my display case because I don't put him down. I literally come back and mess with this figure every day. It's held up, it's articulated, it is beautiful. It's a great Optimus Primal. And since it's legend scaled, he fits with your masterpieces. He fits with your legends. He just fits. He's a great figure. I love him. I kind of hope now that their Cheetor is coming out and it's toon accurate, they might maybe give us this mold again with the toon paint and the softer toon design. I'll buy it again.
I've been impressed. Yeah, go for it, Norbz.
I'm just saying that guy's really brilliant. I really like all the modeling that's actually going on into the arms and like all over the place. It's actually just a great figure.
It's
look at that.
Great.
Yeah.
Robot Toys has made some really good figures lately on that too as well. I mean, their Tyrant Megatron, it looks really good. I've been doing great, Adam. Awesome. But yeah, this Robot Caesar looks good. I need to get him again. I got him. I never got him out of the box. I put him up in a game hoping no one would win him. And someone won. That's the bad thing is whenever you put something up and you're like, I'm just going to put this in here to tempt that one person, and then that one person gets it. It's like,
wins. I've had it happen to me before.
Just to let you guys know, I'm coming back again because I really need to win that Fortress Maximus. It's Fortress Maximus. If it hasn't been won yet, it's mine. One day.
Yeah. And so, I'll definitely get him again. But let's.
Yeah, you need this figure. This is one of those figures that is just a must.
I know you're not into the Samurai Deco Iron Factory, but I have.
It is beautiful. I was tempted by it today, but I bought the blow keys.
I bought it. I'll do a review on it so you can live vicariously through it. So there we go. And then your number one figure, which this guy made all of our top threes.
There we go.
Yep. Yeah, number one was Studio Series 86 Prime. And listen, it is not the best figure of all time. It is not the best Optimus Prime ever made. That is the Magic Square Legend Scaled V2. That is the best Optimus ever made. But this is everything that Hasbro's capable of. This figure brought me back to realizing why Hasbro is Transformers. Right? This is a fantastic figure. It's everything done right. It's peak Hasbro. There's a couple things they could have done to really make this thing stand out, like an ab crunch, but all things considered, looking at what Hasbro's given us over the last few years, this is a mini masterpiece, and it had to take the number one spot just to show that Hasbro is back on the planet.
Absolutely.
I'll have to say, even the plastic quality on this guy actually feels a lot different from all the other things that we've had.
Everything about this figure is better. Period. The plastic, the detailing, the tolerances, minus the smokestacks, but you can fix that with a little crazy glue. Okay, like the issues that this figure had are so minimal. The only real lack of an ab crunch, which is totally possible, and the fact that the head can't look up, like. This day and age, they could have sculpted that and the head could have looked up and we would have been fine.
Agreed.
Really, really great figure. Hasbro did good. Oh, and the elbows don't go past 90 degrees. That's, double elbows would have nailed it. But this is a great figure. The transformation is too complex, but otherwise it's great. Dude, man, guy, go transform that Magic Square Optimus I was talking about. You'll do this blindfolded, okay?
That Magic Square I love, and the only thing I hate is I love their engineering, but damn, I'm just like,
it literally explodes, and then you put it back together in a different arrangement.
Yeah, the funniest thing is I think if you watch my Bruticus of the Vortex review, the helicopter, he was out in this spider leg thing, and I'm like, I don't know where to go from here, and I thought about just buying another one.
I have never taken Bruticus out of the combined mode due to the amount of work it took to get there. It'll never happen again.
But it is amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But just buy 3 of each of those figures.
Just do it. Just do it. Anything you get from Magic Square, just get 3 of them.
Listen, dude, man, guy, I am a new age snob, just like the Fans Toys snobs. But Magic Square figures are so good. There's nothing to be worried about. They work with this nylon plastic that allows you to be rough with the figures. People complain about the gumminess, like Bobby Skullface doesn't like that gumminess. But that gumminess is what allows you to get away with what they do engineering wise. And I applaud them for it.
Yeah, I love it because it kind of feels sexy. It does just feel silky.
There's a different feel about them.
Yeah, it just feels different. But yeah, those were our top 3, each one of us. Now we all probably could come back next week and we may have those switched around, but probably those live within.
They're within their top 10 of the year. There's no doubt.
All except for the cursed figure.
that can go to hell. That can go to hell and die.
That's it. So looking forward to 2025.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of great stuff to look forward to. And one of the things that I'm excited about, of course, I did back the HasLab Omega Prime, and that'll be coming fall of 2025. I think that thing looks gorgeous.
I'll win another game on the underground. I didn't back that.
Yeah, that's it. You'll win it. Which the Legends Scale Metroplex is in a game right now too, right? So
I'm playing in it.
I know you are. I got one too. It only takes 1 to win.
I caved.
But the one that I'm looking forward to really is, I'm waiting for that shipping too, is the New Age Romulus, which is that Megatron.
Yep. That's my most anticipated figure of the year.
When I saw it and you got to see it better than I did.
I played with it. I got to play with it. I'm not going to lie. I got to play with it at TFCon, and it was awesome. And that was just a test shot. The test shot was so smooth and so fluid. Joints were great. Tolerances were great. That my hopes for the final product are through the roof. I hope I hold it down.
I think there will be many light wallets. I'm going to have to do something else to kind of offset the things that I need to buy. But there's just a lot of really, really great stuff coming out. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where the Age of the Primes goes. I'm also looking forward to some of the stuff. I'm looking forward to finishing my Lio Kaiser, which with Iron Factory, because I have Hellbats coming soon. And then which is cool is they're releasing a Death Cobra, which I
love their damn names.
Yeah, I do too. But the bad thing is like when Hasbro brought, I guess, of course, their bastardized version of Lio Kaiser, they took away those names because of the offense that it can cause, kill bison, and all that kind of stuff.
It's the slag situation all over again. You know, and I keep on saying it's only going to be horrible to a small, really minute group of people who might feel it at like 12 o'clock midnight to 3:30 in the AM or something like. It's only going to influence a small group of people, not like the larger group who knows what slag's supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Who doesn't love the name Breast Force, right?
I love it.
I love it. No matter what context it's in, I love that name. But I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to on that. So, Billy, what are you looking forward to?
New Age Romulus is an absolute must for me. And then I've got a few on pre-order. I'm sorry, I have to look them up because I'm exhausted. I was away skiing and my drive, I'm still not recovered from the drive.
Oh, that sounds like a great time. I've been wanting to go to like a snowy lodge or something like that to make use of something like that, make use of like snowboarding or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we went with 11 of us went. But anywho, I'm going to stay on this New Age kick. New Age Warpath. That oddball is so cool. I cannot wait for the New Age Warpath at all.
I don't think I've seen it yet.
I want to see if I can find a picture of it.
I sent Jimmy a picture of it.
Let me pull it up.
Really cool.
While you're talking, Billy, I'll pull it up.
Yep, the New Age Warpath is on my list, as is the Robot Toys Cheetor. They gave you options with this one to swap out some pieces to make them accurate to the CGI cartoon, or you could have them with their artistic flair. So I give them props. And then the other one I'm really looking forward to is the 01 Studio Broadside. Because he's,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's going
I
to
didn't
work
see that
so
either.
good with the Legends. What?
I didn't see that either. Holy
I
cow.
sent Jimmy pictures of that too.
Okay.
He works, it's the size of the 01 Studio Cell Unicron and Primus. So it's a Titan-sized
Yes.
figure.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and he's going to look so good with the Legends figures, and he'll probably look good with Chug figures too. I mean, Broadside's supposed to be pretty imposing.
So, absolutely. See, I remember the one that Fans Project actually made a long while back, and like I wanted that figure so much, but I was still waiting for Hasbro to actually pick up steam and make a one that's actually kind of comparable or something. But
I don't think they'll give us anything more than a Voyager.
We might though. We might. Like I can actually see them going up to maybe I don't want to say commander class. I'd actually maybe say leader class for him or something.
I'd buy it. I like the character. I like the design as long as it looks like Broadside. I don't.
Yeah, not like that you're trying to scrunch up an airplane or like a guy into an airplane or something like that.
Don't force it. It's got to be natural. And what 01 Studio did is beautiful. Mech Fans Toys is also doing one. That is Legend scale, so it'll be smaller. But yeah, here it is. This is the Warpath from New Age, and they named him Oddball, and that is just the best name you can give him. He's got a beautiful tank mode. He's got a blasting bullet accessory. Like it's just cool.
The junior high in me wonders if you can move that down and use that blast accessory. Anyway, never mind.
You can. It moves up and down, and then that is the 01 Studio Broadside.
Yeah, there have some 3D renders of the alt mode, and it looks as blocky and chunky as ever. It looks so great.
Yeah, it just looks good, and those are the three things that I'm really three or four things I'm really looking forward to.
Okay, cool.
Ninja Bill.
Ninja Bill, buddy.
Ninja.
We get it. Life gets in the way.
And now that
Ninja Bill is here, life gets in the way.
Sorry. Yeah. And now that Ninja Bill is here, I can disappoint him with my thing that I'm actually looking forward to. Superion,
Superion actually looks good.
I like them. I had one issue with the way air raid actually goes into the leg and everything, but I'm thinking that might be a mistransformation. So I want to see exactly how it's going to work out later on and everything.
Hasbro cannot take product shots. Period. Whoever they have hired to do their product shots drops the ball 90% of the time. They should hire D Amazing and everything will sell.
But let me tell you, I love what they actually did with Silverbolt. I love the Concord mode that they actually did for him. I love the attachment because it just makes me feel like that's a booster, like a deep space booster that they put on him. So I'm just like, oh, he's not afraid of heights anymore. That is actually wonderful to me. I really want to see that. And I want to see what it's actually going to look like, how it's going to react. I love I don't love it. I like the little space station mode that they actually the battle mode that they actually have for those parts. But also it's great that you can actually leave all those parts in just one place and not have to worry about it, Yeah. So yeah.
See, so if you like that, you should really take a look at some of those Magic Square combiners because they borrowed a lot of hints from Magic Square.
Yes, come on, Norbz. Come to the Magic Square stuff.
And again, I'm a New Age guy. All I'm looking forward to are New Age figures.
Speaking of, I know we didn't talk, but the Dinobots finished.
Oh, yes, the Magic Square Swoop and Snarl. I forgot about them. I can't wait for them. They
do look amazing. But there's a lot of just really cool bots getting ready to come out, and you can really stress the wallet. If you it's almost like this is the year for me that I have to kind of be picky and choosy. I used to be like, I want that, I'm gonna get it. I want that, I'm gonna get it. I want that, and then my wife's like, "Where's all our money?" I was like, "Don't worry, this YouTube thing will pay off someday."
I want it to pay off one day.
But there's a lot of really amazing things that are coming out, and I think 2025 is just going to be a banner year for us Transformers collectors.
Amen.
Studio 01 Studio coming out with some great stuff. New Age, their pipeline, Magic Square's pipeline, Iron Factory's pipeline, Hasbro's. I mean, all of it looks great.
Everybody looks
Looks
good.
great.
I will say, I think that Magic Square is going to bring people back into the Masterpiece game.
Yeah.
Big time with their offerings. I felt like Masterpiece was dying, but
Mhm.
with what Magic Square is offering, quality wise, design wise, and price wise, it'd be mind blowing not to jump into what they're offering. Yeah, funny.
Well, this last part, one of the things I want to do is Norbs. One of the things we like to do is have different reviewers on,
Uh-huh.
and just to get to know, and just us talking, we could already tell your positive vibes and all that kind. I know
Yeah.
you from all
Thank you.
the chats and stuff.
Appreciate it.
But
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you. Just being you've been a content creator for a bit, so like kind of like what got you into it? What are some things that you love about it? And what's something you would tell somebody that maybe wants to get into doing it?
Okay, first off, for anybody who actually wants to get into it, I know like a lot of people actually say they're this whole entire thing is oversaturated. I don't think it's actually quite that saturated. And I like if you're thinking about like not telling your everybody actually has like an idea of what they're actually looking for, what they're actually looking at, and everything. They have like the idea of like how to tell the story, but like nobody's story is yours. So come on, just see what you actually have to offer and everything. Like so, and it takes a while to get comfortable in front of the camera, but after that, you're actually okay and everything. I'd actually say give it like maybe a couple of months or something like that before you actually but like there's like a lot that actually goes into like getting comfortable and everything. Like right now, I'm as nervous as shit right now and everything. So like I'm just like, yeah, because I'm actually kind of like I'm actually meeting you for the first time. I'm actually just like in with like a whole new group and everything like that. So like, but don't let that stop you from getting in front of the camera, you know? Starting off, just use your phone, whatever it may be, and everything like that. It doesn't take a whole lot to start off or anything, you know? What got me started was that I'm just kind of like, I felt like I was actually kind of like alone in this world of toys and everything like that. I kind of like wanted to see if there was anybody out there that would actually listen. So like, I've actually I kind of like was following Patriot. I was following Evangelist. I was following a whole bunch of the other people and everything. And I was just like, well, maybe I should try this and everything like that. Cause like, I can't be the only one that actually feels this way about these figures and everything like that. So, and it's actually opened up a whole new world of people. And like, it was actually great, like meeting Jimmy. It was great. It's great meeting you. It's great meeting like everybody that's actually into Patriot Prime. When I first started like getting into this whole thing, he was actually really helpful with like, kind of like, helping me figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my channel and everything like that, you know? So you get a chance to rub elbows with like a bunch of people out there and everything. And that's actually one of the great takeaways from it.
See, you just caught, he's allergic to you now. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought I hit the mute button. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I would agree with that. I thought like for me, when I first started, and a lot of times I'm the kind of guy that's like, if I don't have the perfect this, perfect that, perfect this, I don't want to do anything half-assed. Right. But sometimes you just got to get out there and do it. And it's called dealing with ambiguity, right? You don't have all the information. You don't have all you're not maybe the most polished or whatever it may be. I mean, myself, I'm not the most polished people. And trust me, I've got comments on my channel that tell me that. I had someone a couple days ago tell me like, your camera's out of focus, you ramble a lot, blah, 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 blah. I was like, hey, thanks for the feedback, but that's me. But it's, I mean, you just got to get out there. If you love what you do, passion is contagious. I always tell people that, being passionate is contagious. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, like when people actually make fun of my word fillers more than anything else, like the, what was it? The actually game, like I'll say actually a lot during my review and everything. And they're like, yeah, well, let's start a drinking game. How many times can Norbz say actually? I'm just like, no, you'll die,
Yeah. I thought about making t-shirts of those words that I say all the time. Like, okay, folks. And, or words that people say about me. Like, I think I've heard "damn it, Jimmy" so many times. It's just like I just want to make a shirt about that. It's just
Love that. Well, you've got to have Bone saying it to you though.
That's it. That's it.
Damn it,
That's
Jimmy.
it. So what are your goals for your channel this next year?
I'd love to like actually just like get myself a lot more out there and everything. I actually kind of like want to do like maybe some art and everything like that. Like share some of what I actually do behind the scenes and everything like that. You know, get out there like maybe to a couple of like the cons and everything, that sort of thing. You know, but like mostly talk about like more toys and everything like that. You know, so like if I could I'm actually looking to get like a little bit more in the way of viewership or a lot more in the way of viewership and everything like that. But like with time that I'm actually dealing with on my side and everything, it's not always that easy or anything like that. But I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's for God bless my wife who puts up with this hobby that I have, and she understands what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to build here, and is totally supportive. And it has taken some time away from the family, but I have to be conscious about making sure to spend that time with them and even involving them. Like I love having my daughter on some of my reviews and stuff like that.
Sure.
She has a good time at doing that. So
Yep.
It's always nice to have people who are actually super supportive of what you actually do and everything, you know, like that's actually kind of like the key element there.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I take my 6-year-old joins me on some reviews, and then my 16-year-old daughter is a big Miku collector. So,
Hatsune Miku, yes.
Yeah, big Miku. We've got walls of Miku. So she's going to start reviewing some of those toys with me on the channel because I don't know a thing about Miku. But it'll be fun. It just, keeps the family together.
Yeah, I have a segment called Tea Time with Daddy. So Tea Time with Katie and Daddy.
I love
so that's whenever Katie wants to be on or my family, that's what it is.
I know Jimmy's actually still trying to get me to like review like a few anime figures and everything like that. So like I haven't gotten to anime yet, but I will.
It's the hot thing right now. I'm telling you what, like anime, Vocaloid, that kind of stuff. It really is the hot thing that's going
on. The Vocaloids are huge right now.
Yeah. When we went to Yamacon, they had a freaking concert that was like 2 hours long, and everybody was just going crazy. And I'm like, I don't understand a word they're saying, but like my daughters and all that kind of stuff, they just loved it. Speaking of my daughter, there she is. Hello, Katie. So
Katie.
But anyway, but if any of y'all have any questions, to put them in the chat too as well. I know we're almost at time, but I mean we got time. But
and the other thing is they can always email us at theforgelive2005@gmail.com. And they can give us suggestions. They could ask to be on the show, and we could all be one big happy family.
Can I say something to Ninja Bill real quick? Ninja Bill, as long as you're not going for shampoo, that's the best girl. All right, just so you know.
That is true. There we go. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I was just typing this so that everyone can see our email address that we do have for that too as well. But Norbz, one of the things I do like about I like the way you end your channel too as well.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, just the positivity. I think you were one of the first that I started watching. Billy was another that I was watching. When I saw like Billy the Kid's No Bullshit, and I love the logo, and I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna watch. That's what drew me in was your logo.
I loved it, and that's me. Like I'm blunt. I just say it how it is, and that's it. Like you get me, but YouTube doesn't like that, and I had to just do a little bit different.
Yeah, I had like when I started off my channel, I usually started with with the parental advisory, and like I used to do like I might say some shit, but now I had to tone it down because of YouTube. You know,
I've toned it down quite a bit because there was some of my early reviews I was pretty rough.
Oh, yeah.
What is the Forge? The Forge is where we come together as fans and become one. Like we are pro Hasbro, pro third party, pro KO. We love Transformers and big robots, and we're not here to do anything but talk about them.
Yeah, it's a very polygamous toy relationship. So
you're uniting like
doesn't sound right. That's it. That's why I have 5 cats.
And I was born the head.
All right, Ultra Megatronus. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Take care, bud.
And I'll have to say this about Ultra Megatronus. When I found that community, that's how I really got to meet Norbz, NY Hunter, and those guys and stuff like that. Was finding that community, and I'm just so glad that Tim brought me and Billy together, so that we can do this. And that's what we're hoping with the Forge, that we can bring in reviewers and everyone like that, create a community.
We can all grow together.
The folks that we may have healthy disagreements, like the last night robot designs, but what we can agree on is we love robots and we love to help show those off. So
absolutely.
I couldn't swear the kids watch my reviews. Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
Well, the funny thing is I also volunteer at a church, so I got to be a little bit careful.
Good night, autocorrect.
Night, Auto.
But anyways, if I don't know, Billy, if we're close to being done.
I'm pretty close. I'm out of fuel. I'm going to be honest with you.
So Norbz, Norbz, I'm going to let you kind of give us a little your sign off and just kind of say, just introduce your channel, all that kind of stuff, so that people can find you, and tell us where we can find you.
All right, I am Diecast Norbz, and you can find me on Diecast Norbz Activate, and I am the Galactic Hooligan. You can actually find me on YouTube as Diecast Norbz Activate, and you can also find me there as on Instagram, on Twitter, or X. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find us. You can find me also on Facebook and Tumblr. Like, I still use Tumblr. Don't ask me why, but I still use Tumblr. And you can actually find us all on the Transformers Hooligans Hangout. And as always, remember that nobody's actually better than you and you and you. Make sure that you treat yourselves all with kindness, respect, mindfulness. Make sure you take that all the way around the world, through the universe, and back down here to all of us, because we can always use some of ourselves. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when we'll stop collecting. There we go.
That's it. You forgot to. Yeah, I love it. I love it. You forgot to tell people, the ladies, where they could find you on Tinder.
Well, I'm gonna do something special for all the ladies in the world.
Awesome. Well, we hope that every single one of y'all, thank you everybody that watched. Billy, if you want to just lead us out and all that good stuff.
I am going to lead us out, but I do have to say, somebody mentioned what's the difference between Legacy and 86, and I didn't want to not answer them. That Legacy line is a modernization of the Gen 1 characters, or even current characters. They're kind of bringing everyone in. I think we're getting that kids line too is getting modern versions. Whereas 86 is a screen accurate, or as screen accurate as Hasbro can put out, of these figures to the Gen 1 Transformers. So I hope that sums that up. I mean, you've got screen accuracy and modernization. But as always, Jimmy, I appreciate you. I appreciate our friendship and what we've been building and trying to build up. Norbz, I'm sorry. As I said, my fuel is running low. It was an absolute pleasure having you on for this show and getting to know you, getting to meet you.
Absolutely.
And as always, to everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate every viewer, every person that reaches out, every friend I've made through this beautiful hobby. I hope you guys just tune into us next week. We've got an awesome show planned for you. And yeah, I'm kind of, like I said, my fuel is out. I burned
Awesome. If you are a reviewer out there and you want us to check you out, please email us at theforgelive2005@gmail.com, because we would love to meet you and we'd love to introduce you to the community, especially if you love what you do and you love helping people too as well. But with that, we'll see y'all later. Thanks, Norbz, for being on.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care, guys.